Okay, I'm going to do what's called a polysyllabic profundity proverb. And basically, that's just a way of saying a very simple proverb in a convoluted kind of way. And it's a way to sort of exercise your vocabulary, understand some new words, because you'll see how they relate to something simple, but you're using them in a very complicated kind of way, and then it'll be clear once we go through the whole thing what's actually being said. So the proverb, it's a long one, it's a pretty good one, I like it a lot. It's called, this is unremitting fidelity to the métiers sans interludes of hedonistic deflection renders John a hepatudinous hobbledehoy. Now, I'll go over it one more time, slower. Unremitting fidelity to the métiers sans interludes of hedonistic deflection renders John a hepatudinous hobbledehoy. So, you can think about it for a second, but I'll go ahead and give you what they're actually saying here. It's pretty simple. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So all these are synonyms, albeit very elaborate synonyms for a very simple phrase. And so I'll go through them one at a time. Unremitting, you probably know what that means. It means not ceasing, not stopping, being very persistent with something. Unremitting. Fidelity, that's kind of easy too. It just means faith or loyalty. So unremitting fidelity, this is not ceasing loyalty. So it's consistent loyalty over time. To the métiers. Métiers, obviously it looks like a French word. It means your vocation, your job, something you excel at. So unremitting fidelity to the métiers, not unceasing loyalty to your job. Sans means without. Unceasing loyalty to your job without interludes of hedonistic deflection. Interludes means a break, a pause. You might have an interlude in a play, for example. Of hedonistic deflection. Well, hedonism is the pursuit of pleasure as sort of a philosophy, and deflection is just, they're using, I mean, it has many definitions, but here it's being used just as a distraction. Hedonistic deflection, a pleasurable distraction. So unremitting fidelity to the métiers, unceasing loyalty to your job, sans interludes of hedonistic deflection, without breaks of pleasurable distraction, renders John a hepatudinous hobbledehoy. Renders just means makes. John is another way of saying Jack sometimes. So makes Jack, and then hepatudinous hobbledehoy. Hepatudinous means mental lethargy or just being dull. And hobbledehoy is another way of saying a youth, a boy, usually an awkward or kind of clumsy boy. Hepatudinous hobbledehoy, a dull boy. So unremitting fidelity to the métiers sans interludes, unceasing loyalty to your job without breaks of hedonistic deflection, without pleasurable distractions, renders John, makes Jack, a hepatudinous hobbledehoy, a dull boy. So, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Unremitting fidelity to the métiers sans interludes of hedonistic deflection renders John a hepatudinous hobbledehoy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I hope you got something from that. And that's it for now. And thanks for watching.